Hi, this is Ashley back with another reading, and this reading is going to be on how Drake and Camel Face feel about ASAP Rocky confessing his love for Rihanna in the GQ article, I believe it was. So earlier this week, he talked about how Rihanna was the love of his life. She's the one, eventually he wants to have kids, and, basically showing that he really messes with Rihanna. Like, that's his girl. So I want to see how Drake and Camel Face feel about it before we get into anything. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on post notifications. This reading is strictly for entertainment purposes only, okay? So we're going to start off with ASAP, not ASAP. We're going to start off with Drake. How does Drake feel about ASAP Rocky confessing his love for Rihanna in the GQ article? How does Drake feel about ASAP Rocky confessing his love for Rihanna in the GQ article? So it looks like eventually he feels like the relationship is going to end. Okay, he doesn't think the relationship is going to be long lasting. The Ten of Swords is here. This talks about betrayal. So this talks about a loss. So eventually he feels like they're going to take a loss in this relationship. Okay, we also have the Devil card in reverse. This talks about detachment. This also talks about, when you kind of rebound with somebody, you move on very quickly. That's how he feels about Rihanna, that she's kind of rebounding, that she's not really thinking straight, okay? It doesn't look like he's too upset about it, but it's almost like he doesn't really feel like the relationship is going to go the course. It's not going to be long lasting, okay? He feels like they've done that before. They've, been in, I wouldn't say a relationship before, but they definitely hooked up before. That's what the Devil card represents, sexual attraction, hooking up with somebody. So it's almost like you guys done this before, and it didn't work out. I know that you guys are in a serious relationship, but it doesn't look like it's going to be long lasting, and that's how he feels, okay? The Ace of Swords, this talks about extending the olive branch. This has a lot to do with Rihanna extending the olive branch, trying to be a friend to her, or trying to, I guess, rebuild with her. And obviously, we know she probably rejected that. The Whisper Report talked about that before. Okay. It doesn't look like he's too upset about them like being together, but he does feel like the relationship is gonna run its course. Okay, the Two of Wands is here. It talks about, just kind of waiting patiently. He's kind of watching them to see what's the next step, if they're actually going to get married. Even though he's seeing other women, it looks like he's always gonna have a thing for Rihanna. It's always gonna be like in the back of his mind, like, oh, we could have been something. Okay, even though it was his fault, it was his fault for the relationship ending. He does feel like, if he could do things differently, he would, okay? It does seem like he does regret doing certain things, but he's kind of watching and waiting to see what happens with them, okay? We also have the Six of Wands. It seems as though he wants them to be successful, but he just doesn't believe that it will be, okay? So I don't really see that he's too upset about it, but he just doesn't see that it's going to take, it's not going to be long term. He feels like it's going to be something for the moment, and that Rihanna is rebounding, okay? Let's move on to Jay-Z. How does Jay-Z feel about ASAP Rocky confessing his love for Rihanna? Jay-Z, how does he feel about ASAP Rocky confessing his love for Rihanna? He sees opportunities with them. The Ace of Cups, he feels like there was going to be, money being made. Okay, so he does see opportunities with them. He feels like he's going to be able to make money off of them. That's his main thing. He's like, oh, this is a money sign because they're both in fashion. Okay, and he has, I heard that he owns a percentage in Fenty already. Okay, so if he owns a percentage in Fenty and they do a collaboration, he's going to end up making money off of that. Okay, and then we have the Four of Swords. This talks about stress. This talks about contemplation. So he ultimately feels like Rihanna kind of gets distracted when she's in a relationship. That's how he feels like she gets distracted. That she puts all her energy into it. She's not really focused on music, and he wants her to go back to the old Rihanna. Okay, he wants her to go back to the old Rihanna where she was in music and she was interested in making music. But he does feel like it's a good money move, okay? The Six of Swords in reverse. He feels like ultimately it's not going to last either. He feels like it's just a thing for the moment and that it's not going to last, okay? The Six of Swords speaks about walking away. And then he has the Judgment card. This talks about being critical, and he is kind of judging them, okay? He feels like Rihanna had moved on too fast from Hassan to ASAP Rocky, and he feels like the relationship is just not going to run its course. It's almost like people feel like ASAP and Rihanna have done this before, and then they've went their separate ways. So it looks like, ASAP Rocky and Rihanna have hooked up before. I think pretty much everybody knows that. And he feels like eventually they're going to go their separate ways. They're trying to hold on to something and it's not going to work out, okay? But he's looking at this as a money opportunity. He feels like Rihanna gets distracted, okay? He is judging them, okay? So he is judging them like, oh, what are you guys doing? This is not going to work out. And he does feel like eventually Rihanna will walk away too, okay? So I feel like, a lot of people don't think that this relationship is going to run its course. I think it's going to be, something for now, and then eventually Rihanna will walk away. I do feel the same way. I do feel like Rihanna is eventually going to walk away from this, okay? But it doesn't look like either one of them are really upset. Jay-Z's worried about the money. That's what he cares about. He cares about the moolah. And Drake, he wants a second chance, but he does understand why they got together because they've been together in the past, okay? So if you guys like this quick reading, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on post notifications. This reading was strictly for entertainment purposes only, and I hope you have a great day.